Hibiscus is an evergreen perennial shrub, and if it is grown in the ground, it can grow really tall, 10, 15 feet tall. But in the colder climate, they may not survive the winter. So in colder climate, you may want to plant them in containers and bring them inside in winters. They are normally grown for their blooms, which are, really bright red, yellow, orange, pink blooms. And the bloom time is in summer. They require, 4 5 hours of direct sun for them to bloom. They require a lot of water, and if you want a lot of blooms, it's better to have rich soil, and keep adding fertilizer during the growth period. So I have a large cutting of hibiscus that I kept in water because I took this cutting yesterday and it has no leaves for some reason. So I'm just going to take some cuttings, like 4 5 inches long cuttings, and these are all woody cuttings. And if the cutting has a lot of branches, so just cut them off. So I'm going to make a few cuttings, some thick ones and some thin ones. So you can propagate them directly in the soil, or you can propagate them in water. So today I'm going to propagate these cuttings in water. So I'm going to just put these cuttings in water inside the house, and I'll keep changing the water every 3 4 days, and in the beginning, and then later on maybe once a week, and I'll keep you posted. It's been about 2 months that I put these hibiscus cuttings in water, and I've been changing water every week, and they have been sitting inside where they get a lot of indirect sunlight but no direct sunlight. And I can see a lot of growth. These are all fresh leaves. You can tell probably yourself that they look really fresh. And if I take out one of these, if you look at these, they have some growth here at the bottom. So I think these are the roots growing. I have noticed this in money tree also when I had put the money tree cuttings. In all of them, there's some growth there. Some have more growth, like this one. I just want to be a little gentle because this these things may break. Look at this. You can see the tiny growth. So all of them has that. So I'm hoping that they'll develop into full roots, because I have tried this before also, and the leaves can keep on developing, but if the roots don't grow, they'll die after some time. These stems have a lot of energy, and the leaves keep on growing for a long time. But this time I'm seeing the roots also grow. So let's see how it pans out. So it's been a few months that I put these hibiscus cuttings in water, and some of them have been growing these beautiful leaves. They look so healthy. So I'm going to take out a few. So if you look at this one, nothing happened here. So probably this is dead. Now this one has some leaves forming. So this is good. Again, here there's nothing. I want to take them out slowly so that if they have any roots, I don't break them. So here you can see small roots forming and fresh leaves growing. So let me take them out all together. Oh wow. So these thin ones are mostly dead. Now look at this one. This is like, this root is about 1 inch long, and this is white root. You can see that this is fresh and it's been growing nicely, you know, healthy leaves. Even this thick one, wow, look at this. I want to be gentle so that I don't break any roots. This one, not so sure. But this one again, look at this. So the thick ones, the two very thick ones, like maybe 1 centimeter in dia, they grew good roots. And some of them are like completely dead, the thin ones. And some of them are still growing leaves, so I want to just leave them back here because they may grow. Okay, and maybe these are all dead. I see some growth in here, so I'll just put it back. Now, one of these I want to transplant because, you know, the root is pretty long, so I don't want to wait for too long because then it becomes difficult. So I'm just going to take this one and plant it in soil. So I have a big planter here. It's about a foot tall and about 10 inches in width because hibiscus is a big plant. So I'm just going to dig up a hole and bury this stem about 2 inches deep. And since these stems were sitting inside, I'm going to keep this planter in a shaded area and inside only, so that it doesn't get the temperature shock. At least it has gotten the shock that it from water it got moved to soil, but at least it should not get the shock of the temperature. And I'm going to water it, and as it starts to grow, I'll keep you posted. It's been 1 week and it's in partial sun outside. It's been a couple of weeks that we transplanted this hibiscus cutting in here in the bigger planter, and this seems to be doing really well. You know, the plant has spread out. I can see that, you know, it is spread out, and these fresh leaves, you know, this one is opening up and this one is also looking good. So seems like our transplantation was successful. I'll give it another 2 weeks to make sure to declare victory. It's been about 4 weeks that we planted the cutting from water into soil, and it's definitely thriving there. Lot of new growth, you know, all these leaves are fresh, and you can see that it has opened up and growing pretty well. So now we don't need to worry about it. We took the cuttings, we grew them in water. Once the roots formed, we planted them here, and they are working fine. So now, as it starts to bloom after maybe a few months, I'll make another video. But for now, we have successfully propagated our hibiscus cuttings into plants. So I hope this video was useful to you. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll try to answer as soon as possible. If you like this video, press the like button and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family. And I'll see you next time. Happy gardening. Bye.